7 Caribbean countries Trump doesn't want in the U.S. In 2025, the Trump administration is reviewing 7 Caribbean countries for possible U.S. visa restrictions, and some may be banned from entering the U.S. completely. Here's the full list and why they're in trouble. Welcome back to the channel. Today, we break down the 7 Caribbean countries reportedly flagged in Trump's 2025 travel restriction review. This is based on leaked U.S. State Department memos, regional news reports, and new policy updates for 2025. Let's start with number 1. Cuba. Red list. Highest risk. Status. Strong possibility of a full U.S. visa suspension in 2025. Why Cuba is flagged. Decades-long political and diplomatic tension between Washington and Havana. Leaked 2025 memo labels Cuba as a high-risk identity and document non-cooperation country. U.S. claims Cuba does not share enough verified data for passport authentication, criminal background checks, and traveler identity confirmation. What this means in 2025, all visa categories may be frozen, including tourism, family reunification, education, and medical visits. Cuban Americans fear the largest travel shutdown since the Cold War. Cuba argues the memo is unofficial, unconfirmed, and politically motivated, and says it received no formal notice. 2025 impact. Thousands of Cuban families in Florida risk being split, medical students and exchange programs may be canceled, Cubans traveling to the U.S. may have to route through third countries like Mexico, Panama, or Spain. Remittances and travel-based income could crash. Number 2. Haiti. Orange list. Heightened screening and restrictions. Status. Heavy scrutiny. Partial limitations. Why Haiti is flagged. Instability caused by gang-controlled neighborhoods and weak governance. High levels of U.S. visa overstays, document fraud concerns, inconsistent passport records, lost archives, identity gaps. U.S. claims Haitian institutions are struggling to meet security requirements. What this means in 2025, long delays for visa interviews, weeks becoming months. Haitians face double or triple background checks. Student, tourist, and work visas may face reduction. Increased airport questioning on arrival. 2025 impact. Workers in New York, Boston, Miami face uncertainty traveling home and returning. Families depending on medical travel to the U.S. may face serious challenges. Haitian students applying for 2025 college admissions face potential setbacks. Even approved travelers may face extra entry screening at U.S. airports. Number 3. Antigua and Barbuda. Status. Under diplomatic review for identity and passport concerns. Why flag? The Citizenship by Investment (CBI) program allows foreigners to buy passports. U.S. fears criminals from other regions may exploit passport shopping, concerns about whether background checks are deep enough. Government response. Antigua immediately demanded clarification from Washington. They argue their screening system is strong and internationally compliant. They say they want cooperation, not confrontation. 2025 impact. Business travelers, entrepreneurs, and new CBI passport holders may face extra vetting. U.S. may require additional identity verification for anyone holding a recently issued passport, possible limits on diplomatic visas or investor travel. Antigua may be pressured to rewrite its CBI laws. Number 4. Dominica. Status. Being closely monitored for CBI-related risks. Why flagged? The U.S. says Dominica issues passports too quickly. Concerns that some applicants don't fully prove identity background, CBI program flagged as insufficiently secure in leaked memo. Government response. Dominica is holding direct meetings with U.S. authorities. Government insists reforms are already underway. They argue that the country's security standards are misunderstood. 2025 impact. Investors, students, and skilled workers may face tougher screening. U.S. may slow visa approvals for newly issued Dominican passports. The country fears negative tourism impact if the memo becomes official. Investors may choose other Caribbean countries if uncertainty continues. Number 5. St. Kitts and Nevis. Status. Flagged for verification and global identity security concerns. St. Kitts and Nevis holds a unique place in this entire controversy. It was the first nation on Earth to create a modern citizenship by investment passport program, a model later copied across the Caribbean, Europe, and even parts of Asia. Because of its early start, the U.S. believes some of its older passport systems may still be operating with legacy technology that needs upgrades. Why St. Kitts and Nevis is flagged. Expanded. 1. Legacy CBI architecture. The U.S. claims the country's early CBI years lacked the multi-layer biometric scanning systems used today. They worry older passport batches may still circulate. 2. Tracking gaps in passport movement. Some passports issued 10 to 15 years ago reportedly aren't connected to the advanced border databases used by the US, EU, and Canada. 3. High-risk applicant pathways. Analysts say that wealthy individuals from high-risk regions may try to use St. Kitts passports as a gateway to access global travel routes. 4. Data sharing weakness. The U.S. wants real-time background check sharing, but currently much of the verification happens manually. Government response. Expanded. The St. Kitts government says the U.S. concerns are outdated based on older systems that no longer exist. They highlight their newly introduced CBI-2, O2 Enhanced Due Diligence System, calling it one of the toughest in the region. Officials say they were never formally notified of a ban nor given proof of the allegations. 2025 impact. Expanded. Visa delays. If moved to orange, visa processing times may double or triple, especially for newly issued passports. Investor panic. Real estate developers and hotel projects rely on CBI funding. Any fear of restrictions could scare investors and slow construction projects. Student challenges. Students applying to U.S. colleges may face extra layers of documentation, such as proof of original citizenship or deeper background checks. Tourism branding damage. Even rumors of restrictions can harm St. Kitts' reputation as a business-friendly, stable Caribbean country. Diplomatic tension. The government may demand clarity if St. Kitts is officially downgraded. Number 6. St. Lucia. Status. Pressured to implement rapid reforms before escalation. St. Lucia is considered one of the more modern Caribbean passport systems, but the U.S. claims there are still critical gaps in the technical side of identity verification. Why St. Lucia is flagged. Expanded. 1. Passport security chip issues. Some of the older St. Lucian passports reportedly use a chip system that doesn't align with the newest ICAO global standards. 2. Limited application background layers. The U.S. believes St. Lucia needs deeper multi-country background checks, not just regional verification. 3. High-speed application processing. Some CBI passports can be issued in less than 90 days. U.S. officials say this may not be enough time to conduct complex cross-border verification. 4. Repeated mention in U.S. internal memos. Multiple leaked documents refer to St. Lucia as a country where reforms are urgent but achievable, implying the U.S. is watching very closely. Government response. Expanded. St. Lucia requested a technical breakdown of the alleged deficiencies. They argue that they are ready to upgrade security systems but want transparency on what exactly concerns Washington. Local officials believe the U.S. is applying pressure without providing evidence. 2025 impact. Expanded. Longer visa interviews. Applicants may face deeper questioning about identity, family background, and travel history. Lower visa priority. Student and tourist visas may be placed behind higher security categories. Risk of moving to orange. If St. Lucia does not meet the 60-day U.S. expectations, the country could face restrictions similar to Haiti's. Business traveler pressure. Entrepreneurs and investors traveling to the U.S. may be asked to provide extra documents such as tax records, company ownership papers, or proof of residence. Tech upgrade costs. St. Lucia may need to invest millions in new passport equipment and integrated data systems. Number 7. Grenada. Status: not officially listed, but strongly suspected. Grenada is one of the most debated countries in the leaked documents. While the U.S. State Department has never officially placed Grenada on any list, several intelligence reports, allegedly from DHS and interagency working groups, name Grenada as a possible upcoming addition. Why Grenada is flagged? Grenada's high-priority CBI program is extremely popular among investors from East Asia, the Middle East, and Eastern Europe, regions the U.S. heavily monitors. Analysts also warn of identity switching, saying certain individuals may try to obtain Grenadian citizenship to move away from their original passport identity. Diplomatic access through the Grenada-China Treaty gives Grenadian passport holders favorable entry into China, creating mobility patterns U.S. analysts believe are harder to track. Fast processing times, a 90-day approval window, are viewed as too fast for deep intelligence screening. The government strongly denies the accuracy of leaked reports, saying their background check partnerships with international agencies are robust, but Grenada has quietly tightened certain CBI components to avoid future conflicts, a sign they take the threat seriously. If officially added in 2025, new passport holders may face secondary screening at U.S. airports or embassies, slower visa approval rates, especially for investors and frequent flyers, and possible diplomatic tension as Grenada may seek formal clarification, leading to negotiations or criticism. Tourism, real estate investment, hotel development, and national revenue could all face uncertainty because the CBI program is a major economic pillar. Why these countries are targeted? Citizenship by investment programs allow foreigners to buy passports without long-term residency, raising U.S. fears that criminals, sanctioned individuals, or fugitives may use Caribbean passports to bypass restrictions. Identity verification weaknesses persist since some islands operate outside advanced biometric networks, rely on inconsistent criminal record sharing, or use manual checks instead of digital systems. National security priorities for 2025 demand partner countries adopt modern identity detection tools, and any nation that does not fully cooperate with U.S. data requests becomes a target. What happens next? All flagged countries have 60 days to prove they upgraded systems, and the U.S. may change visa rules monthly based on progress. Caribbean governments are demanding clarity, claiming the U.S. has not provided evidence. Although the State Department denies the existence of a ban list, leaked DHS documents show internal reviews, risk assessments, and proposed color-coded categories. Overall, 2025 is shaping up to be a year of intense diplomatic negotiation between the U.S. and the Caribbean passport economies.